Welcome to Let's Draw It Wrong, the show where I take a subject and redraw it in the worst way possible. Today we'll be examining the lovable Care Bear.
The cookies are baked with love.
Alright, looks pretty simple, so let's jump in. So starting out, I have a general idea of how I want things to go, but often it takes on a life of its own as I get further into the design. Already we have some questionable liquids coming from his mouth there. And of course, he's beheaded, and his face is attached to some other thing. I decided to give him some big lumpy arms. Imagine you're a waiter showing up with your food, and he's just carrying it with these milkshakes for arms. Bon appetit. I don't know why the Care Bears are always drawn in this about to pee your pants pose, but we're certainly going to run with that. And by that, I mean he's pissed himself. Just a pissy bear waiter waiting to serve up some love. Alright, basic idea is done. Let's go ahead and jump straight into inks. Yeah, let's add some tubes coming out of this abomination's face, and some blood running down from its disembodied head. Magnifique. I thought long and hard about the logo on this guy. All the Care Bears wear their personality on their belly, and I thought, what's the saddest meal this guy could have? Monster and sausage. That's his everything. That's what he wants to share with the world. Just a love of warm cans of Monster and lonely sausages with no condiments. Microwaved to perfection. Let's go ahead and get those pissy pants in there. No time for breaks, Monster and Sausage Bear. The customers are waiting. I decided to add some huge spinal column thing connecting the bear body with the weird meat head. I don't really know what this thing is, but I hope it shows up at a few kids' nightmares. Next, let's graft on a few meaty sausage fingers into this lumpy arm monstrosity, and then we'll stick in a few monster cans for good measure. What meal should he serve, I wonder? Now I know what you're thinking, monsters and sausages, but that may be just too obvious. We'll come back to that. Don't forget those nutritional facts for the Monster cans that are embedded in your yogurt arms. You think Monster will sponsor this? Oh, and of course, let's add some sausages shoved in there for good measure. Staple his face onto this meathead thing like you do. Okay, I've decided he should serve a big ol' salad. The antithesis of Monster and sausage. It probably truly pains him to serve this. Like it goes against every fiber of his being. And he needs fiber, people. Well, I don't think he can resist. So we're serving up two monsters alongside the salad. And another dirty sausage. Breakfast of champions. Okay, on to the next goopy armstrosity. And for good measure, let's have a second Care Bear just being absorbed into his flesh. Just living in a nacho cheese cage as your life force is slowly sucked away from you and made into dirty meats. Lovely. Another monster can coming out of his head. Beautiful. Oh, let's give him some Cloud Strife shoulder arm sausages. And another monster can just shoved in sideways. Looking good. Okay, let's add a few more little weird cyberpunk things in his meat head, and let's jump into that totally not phallic chef's hat. Oh, don't forget all the piss on the ground. Really sets the ambiance. Okay, I think the inking is done. Let's do a quick color up. I think the nacho cheese limbs really offset the blue fur and sausage meats, don't you? Okay, flats are done. Let's give him some ultra-realistic shading, because all you have is time. Years of practicing art, and this is what you decide to do with your life. How to lose friends and alienate people. Alright, that's looking majestic. Let's sign it and decide it's too early to sign it and realize that you signed it the wrong way and that you never sign anything that way, even though you sign things all the time, and you just can't decide on your signature. Great. Alright, let's frame it up real nice and Photoshop it into the Louvre. Lovely. I'm sure it'll sell for millions. Oh, and let's also Photoshop it into that article about Beeple selling his NFT for $6 million or something like that. Beautiful. I'll just wait for the cash to come rolling in. I want to thank all my patrons who support this stupidity, especially all the ones that I will surely lose after this. If you're still there, you can view this episode before everyone else and download the inks as a free coloring page, which I will feature on my Instagram, as well as full-size copies of this, which I'm sure you're going to want to put up all of your house. Like and subscribe if you want to see any more of these monstrosities, and stay tuned.